Hey everyone, welcome back. I hope you're doing great today. In this video, we're starting something exciting. For the next 30 days, I'll help you build real English confidence. Many learners think too much before speaking, and this stops them from sounding natural. So today, we'll talk about how to stop overthinking and how to speak in a simple, clear way. I'll show you small steps you can use every day to feel more relaxed with English. Stay with me, try the tips, and by the end of these 30 days, you'll feel more confident and ready to speak naturally. Let's begin. Many English learners tell me the same thing. They say they understand English. They know many words, they learn every day, but when it is time to speak, they stop. They feel nervous. They think too much. They worry about mistakes. They feel like the sentence in their mind is never perfect. If this sounds like you, don't worry. You are not alone. Overthinking is one of the biggest problems for English learners, and today we will start breaking it step by step. This video is part of your 30-day journey to English confidence, and we will focus on the most important skill, speaking naturally without fear or pressure. Before we go deeper, I want you to imagine something simple. Imagine you are talking to a friend in your language. Do you plan every sentence? Do you think for a long time? Do you check the grammar in your head before speaking? Of course not. You just speak. The words come out because you feel relaxed. But in English, many learners suddenly feel stressed. They think speaking English needs perfect grammar, perfect words, perfect pronunciation. But natural speaking is not about perfection. It is about communication. It is about sharing your ideas clearly, even if they are not perfect. Let me give you a small example. Imagine someone asks you in English, "How was your day?" Many learners start thinking like this. Should I say it was good or it was fine? Should I add more details? Should I say something more advanced? Should I fix my accent? And while thinking, they become silent. They take too long. They get nervous. And then they say nothing or they give a very short answer. But a natural speaker does not think like this. A natural speaker just says something simple, like "My day was good." "I went to work. I was tired, but it was okay." That's it. Simple, clear, natural. So the first step of speaking naturally is accepting simple English. Simple English is not bad English. Simple English is powerful English. When learners accept this, speaking becomes much easier. For example, if you want to say, "I had a very productive day because I successfully completed several tasks," you can simply say, "I did a lot today. I finished my work. It feels great, and that is completely fine." The message is clear and natural. Now I want you to imagine another situation. You are in a cafe. The barista looks at you and says, "What would you like?" Many learners start thinking, "Should I say I would like, or can I have, or may I please get?" And they get so confused that their mind freezes. But the goal is not to choose the perfect sentence. The goal is to respond simply. For example, you can just say, "1 coffee, please." That is natural, friendly, and completely correct. You do not need to think too much. Let's go deeper into why learners overthink. One big reason is fear of mistakes. Many learners feel that mistakes make them look weak or uneducated. But think about how children learn their first language. They make mistakes every day, but people understand them. They learn naturally because they do not worry about being perfect. You can do the same with English. Your mistakes will not stop you from communicating. In fact, mistakes help you grow. They show you what you need to improve. So when you speak English and your grammar is not perfect, it is okay. What matters is that people understand you. Here is a small dialogue example to show you how natural conversation works, even with simple words. A learner says, "Yesterday I go." "Oh wait, I went to the mall." A friend replies, "Oh nice, what did you buy?" The learner answers, "I bought shoes." This conversation is still natural and clear, even with mistakes. The learner corrected themselves naturally, and the conversation continued. No one stopped. No one judged. This is how real-life speaking works. Now let's talk about another reason for overthinking. Many learners believe they must translate every sentence from their language to English. They take a sentence in their mind, translate it word by word, check it, fix it, and then say it. But this method is slow and stressful. Translation creates pressure because you always check if the English version is correct. To speak naturally, you need to start thinking in small English units. Not in full sentences at first. Start with small pieces like "I want," "I need," I don't know. I'm not sure, that's okay. It's fine. Maybe later. Let's try. I think so. These small pieces help your brain respond faster. For example, imagine someone asks you, "Do you want to watch a movie?" Instead of translating a long idea, you can use small English units like "I'm not sure." Maybe later. I'm tired today. Simple, quick, natural. Another common problem is the fear of slow speaking. Many learners think if I speak slowly, people will think I am not smart. But this is not true. Many native speakers speak slowly, clearly, and calmly. Speaking slowly is not a weakness. It is a communication style. It gives you time to think, and it gives listeners time to understand. So if you need to speak slowly, do it with confidence. Let me show you an example of a slow but natural response. Imagine someone asks you, "What do you like about learning English?" You can answer slowly like this. I like learning new words. I also enjoy speaking with people from other countries. It's interesting for me. This answer is simple, clear, and natural, and it does not sound strange at all. Now let's talk about confidence. Many learners believe confidence comes after speaking well, but this is not true. Confidence comes from trying, practicing, and using English, even when you make mistakes. Confidence grows from action, not from waiting. So the goal for these 30 days is to build small habits that help you speak often. You don't need long practice sessions. You don't need to memorize difficult grammar. You just need short, simple speaking moments every day. For example, every morning you can speak one small sentence about your day. Something like, "Today I feel good. Today I have a lot of work. Today I want to relax." These small sentences help your brain get used to speaking without pressure. Let's talk about listening, because listening helps you speak naturally too. When you listen to simple English every day, your brain absorbs natural patterns. You hear how people respond. You hear common phrases. You hear how real conversations flow. This helps you speak without planning too much. But do not choose difficult content. Choose easy English that you fully understand. When listening is easy, speaking becomes easier too. Now let's look at another example. Imagine you are meeting someone for the first time. You want to introduce yourself, but your mind starts thinking too much. You want to say something long and perfect like, "Hello, my name is Sarah. I work as a software engineer. I enjoy reading books and traveling." But suddenly, you feel stressed. Instead, start with something small like, "Hi, I'm Sarah. I work in tech. I like reading and travel." Simple, friendly, and natural. Sometimes learners feel pressure in conversations because they think silence is bad. But silence is normal in real conversations. Even native speakers pause, think, and take time. So if you need a moment, you can simply say, "Let me think," or "Give me a second." These small phrases help you stay calm. Let's practice a small situation. Imagine someone asks you, "Why are you learning English?" Many learners start planning a long answer. But you can answer naturally like this. "I want to speak with people from other countries. English helps me at work. I enjoy learning it." You don't need more. Natural speaking is short and clear. Now let's talk about emotional barriers. Many learners feel shy because they think other people will judge their English. But remember, most people do not care about your mistakes. They care about your message. They care about your attitude. They care about your confidence. When someone sees you trying your best, they respect you. And when you speak simply but clearly, people appreciate your effort. Here is another example. Imagine you are in a group. Everyone is speaking English, and you feel shy. You think your English is not good enough. Instead of staying silent, you can use simple phrases to join the conversation. For example, "I agree. I think so too. That's interesting. Really? Tell me more." These small phrases help you sound active and confident, even if you speak less. Let's now talk about the power of repetition. To speak naturally, you must repeat simple phrases many times. Repetition makes your brain comfortable with English. When a phrase becomes automatic, you can use it without thinking. For example, practice saying phrases like, "It depends. I'm not sure. I don't know yet. That's a good question. Let's try. Maybe later." These are simple, but they help you handle many situations. Another important tip is to focus on real-life English instead of textbook English. Textbooks teach long, formal sentences that people rarely use in daily conversation. For example, a textbook might say, "I would appreciate it if you could provide me with more information." But real people say, "Can you tell me more?" So focus on natural English. It will help you speak without pressure. Many learners worry about pronunciation, but pronunciation improves with small steps, not with stress. You don't need to sound like a native speaker. You just need to be clear. Focus on slow speaking, simple words, and clear syllables. For example, instead of trying to say comfortable quickly, you can say calm for to please slowly. This is completely fine. Let's practice a small pronunciation example. Imagine you want to say the sentence "I can do it." Many learners say it too fast and it sounds like "I can do it." Instead, slow down. Say "I can do it." Clear and simple. Over time, your speed will improve naturally. Now I want to show you how simple changes can make speaking smoother. Imagine you want to say, "I'm trying to improve my English, but sometimes I feel stressed because I cannot find the right words." That sentence is long. You don't need it. Break it into 2 or 3 small sentences. I want to improve my English. Sometimes I feel stressed. I cannot always find the right words. This style is easier and more natural. Another problem many learners have is focusing too much on vocabulary. They think they need big, advanced words to sound smart. But the truth is, natural speakers use common words all the time. You do not need complicated vocabulary to speak well. For example, instead of saying "I am exhausted," you can say "I am very tired." Instead of saying "This is fascinating," you can say "This is very interesting." The meaning is the same, and the simple version is easier to use. Now let's imagine a little scene. You are talking to a friend in English, and you don't know a word. Many learners stop speaking and feel embarrassed. But you can continue speaking by explaining the word. For example, if you forget the word apartment, you can say the place where I live. If you forget the word wallet, you can say the thing I use for money. This small skill helps you communicate even when you forget words. Next, let's talk about small practice moments during your day. You don't need a long English lesson. You just need small actions. For example, when you cook, describe what you are doing. I am washing the rice. I am cutting the tomato. When you walk outside, say small sentences. The weather is nice. The street is busy. These micro practices make your brain more comfortable with English. At this point, you are starting to understand the main idea of this 30-day journey. Speaking naturally is not magic. It is small, simple steps practiced every day. It is letting go of perfection and focusing on clarity. It is speaking even when you feel shy. It is using small sentences without fear. It is being patient with yourself. And it is accepting that mistakes are normal. Let's end part 1 with a small exercise you can do today. I want you to choose 3 simple sentences you will use today. They can be something like, "I can speak English. I am learning every day. I don't need to be perfect." Repeat them slowly. Feel the words. Let your mind relax. These small sentences will help you build confidence from inside. If you want part 2 of the script, where we continue your 30-day confidence journey with more examples, more dialogues, and more practical tips, just tell me and I will write it. Now let's continue your 30-day journey to English confidence. In part 1, we talked about simple speaking, small sentences, natural communication, and reducing pressure. In this part, we will go deeper into the habits, techniques, and daily practices that help you stop overthinking and start speaking naturally. You will learn how to stay calm during real conversations, how to react quickly, how to keep the flow, and how to build confidence step by step. Just relax, listen, and imagine yourself practicing each step while I explain. One of the biggest problems learners face is the fear of not understanding everything. Many learners think they must understand every single word to reply. But real conversations do not work like that. Even native speakers do not catch every word. They understand the main idea and respond to that idea. So the first thing you need to learn is how to stay calm when you do not understand a word or sentence. Imagine this situation. You are talking to someone and they say something long and fast. You understand maybe 70% of it. Many learners freeze in this moment. Their mind becomes confused. But you can handle this easily with simple strategies. You can say small phrases like "sorry." Can you say it slowly? Or can you repeat that? Or what does that word mean? These are simple and natural. People use them all the time. When you ask like this, the other person will slow down or explain the word, and the conversation continues. This is normal. You do not need to pretend you understand. Honest communication makes you feel more relaxed. Let's look at a small example. Imagine this short conversation. Person, I tried a new recipe yesterday. It was amazing. Learner, oh nice. What did you make? Person, I made a casserole with chicken and vegetables. Learner, sorry, what is casserole? Person, it's a baked dish with many ingredients mixed together. This is simple, natural, and comfortable. The learner asked about a word, and the other person explained it. There is no problem here. When you do this, you show confidence, not weakness. You show that you want to understand. This is a strong communication skill. Now let's talk about keeping the conversation moving. Many learners know how to answer questions, but they do not know how to continue the conversation. They give short answers like yes, no, maybe, I think so, and then the conversation stops. But conversation is like a ball game. When someone throws the ball to you, you need to throw it back. So after answering, add a small follow-up question. This is a simple trick, but it makes you sound natural and confident. For example, someone asks you, "What did you do this weekend?" Instead of only saying I stayed home, you can say I stayed home. What about you? Or if someone says I bought a new phone, you can say, oh nice, which one? Or if someone says I'm learning English too, you can say that's great. How long have you been learning? These small questions show interest and help you practice more English without stress. Another important skill is learning how to start small talk. Small talk is simple, quick conversation about easy topics. It helps you warm up your English. Yo! Many learners feel nervous because they think they must say something big or important. But small talk is actually very simple. You can talk about the weather, work, hobbies, food, or daily life. For example, you can say it's a nice day today, or this place is really busy, or I like your bag. Where did you get it? These simple sentences help you start conversations easily. Let's imagine you are in an English class or a meeting and you want to talk to someone new. You can start with something simple like, hi, I'm practicing my English. How about you? Or, I'm learning English too. How long have you been learning? This is friendly and natural. Many people will reply with a smile. Now let's talk about the power of short sentences. Short sentences are easy to say, easy to understand, and easy to remember. When you use short sentences, you reduce the pressure on yourself. For example, instead of saying, I think learning English is very important for my future career because it helps me communicate with people from other countries, you can say, learning English is important for me. It helps me with my career. It helps me talk to people from other places. This is simpler, clearer, and still meaningful. Now let's talk about confidence building during real conversations. When you speak and the other person responds positively, your confidence grows. So you want to create small positive moments by using friendly language. You can say small phrases like that's interesting, or I like that, or I didn't know that. These simple phrases show that you are listening. They create a positive feeling and help the conversation flow. Another skill that helps you speak naturally is using fillers. Fillers are small sounds or words we use while thinking. They help your brain organize your thoughts. Native speakers use them all the time. You can use fillers like, or well. For example, if someone asks you a question and you need a moment, you can say, or well. Maybe I like this. These fillers are normal and help your speech sound relaxed. Now let's talk about expressing your opinion. Many learners feel scared to give opinions because they think they must sound smart. But simple opinions are better. You can say, I think it's good, or I like it, or I don't agree because, or I'm not sure. This is enough. You do not need long sentences. For example, if someone says, do you like online classes? You can say, yes, I like them. They are easy for me. Or not really. I prefer in-person classes. Simple opinions make communication easier. Let's practice with another dialogue. Person. Do you think English is hard? Learner. Sometimes. Grammar is hard for me. But speaking is fun. Person. How do you practice? Learner. I watch videos. I talk to friends. I try small sentences every day. This sounds natural, friendly, and confident. Now let's talk about practicing alone. Many learners think they can only practice English with another person. But you can practice speaking alone every day. You can talk to yourself while doing simple tasks. For example, when you are cooking, say I'm cutting the onion, I'm boiling the pasta. When you are cleaning, say I'm washing the dishes, I'm cleaning the table. This helps your brain stay in English mode. It builds fluency slowly and naturally. Another strong technique is shadowing. Shadowing means listening to a short piece of English and repeating it at the same time. Choose a video or audio with simple, clear English. Listen to 1 or 2 sentences and repeat them. Do not focus too much on pronunciation. Just follow the rhythm. This helps your speaking become smoother. Now let's talk about the fear of speaking with strangers. Many learners feel shy to speak with people they do not know. But you can start with very small interactions. For example, if you go to a shop, you can say thank you or have a nice day or how much is this? These small conversations build your confidence in real life. Then you can move to longer conversations. Many learners also worry about forgetting words. But forgetting words is normal. Even native speakers forget words sometimes. When this happens, do not stop speaking. Use easy words to describe what you want to say. For example, if you forget the word airport, you can say the place where planes take off. If you forget the word pillow, you can say the thing you use for your head when you sleep. This teaches your brain to communicate without perfect vocabulary. Let's practice with a small example. Learner, yesterday I went to the place where planes are. Person, the airport. Learner, yes, the airport. Simple and effective. Another important skill is building speaking habits. You need small speaking moments every day. For example, set a goal to say 5 English sentences every morning, or practice speaking for 2 minutes every night, or join an online group once a week. Small habits build strong skills. Now let's talk about motivation. Many learners feel excited at the start, but after a few weeks, they lose energy. To stay motivated, you need small wins. Celebrate small progress like learning a new sentence, speaking to someone new, or understanding a video. These small wins keep you moving. Another tip is to choose content you enjoy. If you like cooking, watch cooking videos in English. If you like travel, watch travel videos. If you like games, watch gaming content. When you enjoy the topic, speaking becomes easier. Now let's imagine another real-life situation. You are in a group conversation and people are talking fast. You want to join, but you are scared. Instead of staying silent, wait for a natural pause and say something small like I agree, or that's funny, or I think so too. These small phrases show you are a part of the group. Now let's talk about staying calm. When you feel nervous, your brain becomes slow. To relax, take a small breath and use simple words. Speak slowly. Focus on the message, not the grammar. Remember, the goal is communication, not perfection. Now I want to give you a small exercise. Imagine a simple topic like my day or my hobby or my family. Speak for 1 minute about it. Use short sentences. Do not try to be perfect. Just talk. This helps your brain get used to speaking without pressure. Let's do a small example with the topic my day. I woke up early. I had breakfast. I went to work. I talked to my friends. I watched a video. I learned something new. My day was good. This is simple and natural. Now let's talk about common phrases you can use in many situations. These phrases help you speak naturally when you are unsure what to say. I don't know. I'm not sure. Let me think. Give me a moment. Can you explain that? Can you say it again? That's interesting. I agree. I understand. Tell me more. Practice these phrases until they feel natural. Now let's imagine you are watching a movie in English and you hear a new word. Many learners stop the movie and write it down. This is fine, but you do not need to remember every word. Choose words you really need. Words that are useful in your daily life. Focus on the words and phrases that help you communicate. Another important point is pronunciation. You do not need a perfect accent. You just need to be clear. If your pronunciation is slow, it is okay. Focus on saying each word clearly. Over time, you will improve. Let's try a small pronunciation practice. Say the sentence I can try. Slow and clear. I can try. This helps you feel more confident. Now let's talk about controlling your thoughts. Overthinking happens because you want to speak perfectly, but you do not need perfect English. You need practical English. So every time you feel nervous, tell yourself it is okay to make mistakes. I can speak simply. I can speak slowly. I can improve. Now imagine a real conversation. You meet someone new and they ask you, "Where are you from?" You can answer simply, "I'm from Pakistan," or "I'm from Turkey," or "I'm from Brazil." Then ask a follow-up question, "Where are you from?" This keeps the conversation going. Another example. Someone asks you, "What do you like to do?" You can answer, "I like reading. I like cooking. I like games. What about you?" Simple, natural, and friendly. Now let's talk about staying positive. Many learners say, "My English is bad," or "I cannot speak well." This negative thinking stops you. Instead, use positive language. Say, "I am learning. I am improving. I can speak better every day." This positive mindset helps you grow. Now let's practice a longer example. Imagine you want to talk about your hobby. You can say something like this. "I like drawing. It helps me relax. I draw in my free time. I draw people and places. I want to get better. It makes me happy." See how simple that is? No long sentences, no pressure, and it still sounds natural. Now let's talk about conversation flow. To keep a conversation flowing, you need 3 things: simple answers, small questions, and friendly reactions. Here is an example. Person: "What do you do in your free time?" Learner: "I like music. I listen every day. What about you?" Person: "I like music too." Learner: "Oh, nice. What kind of music?" This is comfortable and natural. Now let's imagine a situation where you feel stuck. You cannot think of the right word. You freeze. Many learners panic in this moment. But you can relax and use simple phrases like, "I don't know the word, but," and then explain it. For example, "I don't know the word, but it's a place where people drink coffee." This simple trick makes communication smoother. Now let's talk about building a daily English system. In your 30-day journey, you need 3 things every day: a little listening, a little speaking, and a little reading. It does not need to be long. For example, listen to English for 5 minutes, read something simple for 2 minutes, and speak for 1 minute. This 8-minute routine builds confidence slowly and naturally. Now let's talk about the importance of fun. Learning English should not feel like a job. It should feel like something you enjoy. If you feel bored, change your method. Watch funny videos, listen to music, practice with friends, make learning fun. Now you are ready for a small final practice. Choose a simple topic, like "my favorite food." Speak for 1 minute. Use short sentences. Here is an example. "I like pizza. It is simple and tasty. I eat it with my family. I like cheese pizza. I also like chicken pizza. It makes me happy." See, simple English works. Now let's do a quick recap before we close. Speaking naturally comes from small steps, not big jumps. Use short sentences. Ask simple follow-up questions. Use fillers. Stay calm when you do not understand something. Build small daily habits. Accept mistakes. Practice small moments. Speak slowly. Use simple words. Learn with fun. And keep your mindset positive. You are growing every day. Your English is getting stronger. Keep practicing, keep speaking, and keep believing in yourself. You can do this. Keep going, and you will become more confident with every step.